The Hunts Point Interstate Access Improvement Contract Number 3 project is the final phase of a major effort by the New York State Department of Transportation. The focus of the project is to improve access to the Hunts Point Peninsula, improve roadway geometrics and throughput through the corridor, and improve the experience of local street and boulevard users. Contract Number 1 provided direct access to and from Edgewater Road and prepared the transition between the Bruckner Expressway and Sheridan Boulevard. It is expected to be complete by the time Contract Number 3 is in construction. Contract Number 2 is currently under construction by our team. Contract Number 3 includes the following main components: replacing the deck of the existing Bruckner Expressway from bent 133 to bent 142. Complete structure replacement of the structure from bent 142 to bent 165. Converting the ramps between the Bruckner Expressway and Sheridan Boulevard to right-hand movements. Increasing the number of lanes from 2 to 3 on the Bruckner Expressway will increase capacity. Increasing the speed through the corridor from 25 miles per hour to 35 miles per hour. Adding a park and ride facility under the structure to service the new Hunts Point Avenue station. Constructing a replacement pedestrian bridge at Bryant Street, adjacent to PS 75. Improving landscaping, intersections, lighting, and signals along Bruckner Boulevard, and constructing a new water main and new sewer line below the eastbound lane of Bruckner Boulevard. Construction will take place alongside several ongoing projects in addition to HP2 and HP3, including the Penn Station Access Project. Getting out ahead of this work drives the staging for HP3 construction, streetscape improvements at Del Val Square, and improvements planned at PS 75, which will be directly adjacent to the replacement pedestrian bridge at Bryant Avenue. The El Sol de Faux joint venture has developed a unique construction staging method that avoids the construction of a 1,500 feet long temporary bridge for westbound Bruckner Expressway traffic. By avoiding this complex and intrusive temporary structure, our team offers the NYSDOT an overall construction cost reduction, eliminates the need to close a lane on westbound Boulevard, improving throughput, traffic safety, and reducing impacts to local businesses, and removes over 200 truck deliveries, reducing congestion and emissions. Stage 1 can begin immediately, without procurement, approvals, or construction of the temporary bridge. The overall construction schedule is improved by omitting deconstruction of the temporary bridge. Our team's approach avoids construction adjacent to a gas main and associated lengthy approvals from third parties. Our team is already mobilized to the site for work on HP2, so we will be able to take immediate control of appropriate areas of the site and begin Stage 1. Stage 1 will demolish Ramp N, the ramp to northbound Sheridan, as well as partial demolition of Ramp P, demolition of the Bryant Avenue pedestrian bridge, and miscellaneous structures around Hunts Point Avenue. During Stage 1, our team will construct Ramp SN. This stage includes widening and rehabilitation from bent 133 to 142, portions of the mainline abutment and ramp including the portion widened by ATC, and Stage 1 construction of the Bryant Avenue pedestrian bridge. All pedestrian bridge work honors the stringent restrictions set forth in the RFP. Our team has selected the use of micropile foundations as the preferred approach for most of the corridor. Micropiles are advantageous because they are quick to install, reliable, and can be installed in multiple locations simultaneously. This provides a time savings advantage to the schedule. They can be installed in areas with low headroom and are of the length that does not require splicing. Additionally, our team has experience installing them in this corridor on the HP2 project. Micropiles will successfully transfer all loading to bedrock and therefore not impart vertical loading on the Amtrak retaining wall. Lateral loads have been reduced through targeted replacement of in-situ soil with lightweight fill, such that lateral loads from the in-service ramp will not increase loading on the retaining wall. Traditional cast-in-place construction will be used for the substructure. Where possible, we will cast full-length pier caps. Partial-length caps will be poured where necessary, which will be supported by temporary shoring towers. Our team has improved the geometrics of Pier SN8 by skewing it to align with the median between the eastbound and westbound expressway. This realignment greatly simplifies construction in a congested location of the site. This improves vehicle overhead clearance in addition to reducing long-term maintenance from cracking that is likely to occur with an integral pier cap. Sightlines for traffic are also improved. The ramp itself is constructed of traditional composite steel that provides efficiencies in construction, long-term maintenance, and inspection by eliminating a girder line north of the mid-length expansion joint. This will help speed the construction of schedule-critical Ramp SN by reducing the number of shop drawings to be produced and reviewed. The volume of girder deliveries, crane picks, and required shoring towers will also be reduced. The number of diaphragms to be connected and bearings to be procured will decrease as well, minimizing the effort and duration of deck formwork placement and stripping. With each of these components taking place over the Bruckner Expressway and Boulevard, the benefits have a cascading positive impact on cost, schedule, congestion, emissions, site safety, and inconvenience on the traveling public. This seemingly simple structural modification is a key aspect of our strategy to complete construction of Stage 1 before construction of the Penn Station Access Project approaches the HP3 area. Ramp SN will receive the new ducting and fiber for the ITS camera at the Ramp SN split, as well as the fiber backbone through the corridor. This early switchover to new structure while the existing structure is in place will allow for uninterrupted service. In Stage 2, our team will demolish the ramp from southbound Sheridan Boulevard, the remainder of Ramp P, the eastbound lane of the Bruckner Boulevard, and the second stage of the Bryant Avenue pedestrian bridge. Stage 2 construction focuses primarily on the main line, with both eastbound and westbound expressway construction from Bent 133 to the main line abutment and through to the bridges over Amtrak, as well as the at-grade boulevard work for these same limits. Included in this is the second stage of the Bryant Avenue pedestrian bridge. From span 14.5A to the main line abutment, our team has made several improvements that benefit both the project and the community. First, we've introduced a link slab at Pier 14A, which allows for the use of straight girders. These girders shorten the time for steel procurement and fabrication and eliminate the need for bracing for faster erection and reduced overall maintenance. This reduces time for steel construction and eliminates false work for splicing continuous girders, which provides a less congested experience for at-grade construction and traffic. We've shifted Pier 14.6A and the main line abutment north to allow for 4 additional parking stalls in the park and ride facility. We've also improved the park and ride striping to allow for 2 additional parking stalls in previously unused areas. This more than offsets the 1 stall consumed by a modified configuration for Pier 14.6A, which allows for a more efficient construction sequence that eliminates temporary shoring and provides a more efficient structural solution. In all, our team developed a solution to provide 5 additional parking stalls beyond the layout provided in the RFP. In Stage 3, we will demolish Ramp M, the ramp from southbound Sheridan Boulevard and westbound Bruckner Boulevard, and begin construction of Ramp SS and the improvements to westbound Bruckner Boulevard. The NYCT No. 6 line tunnel runs adjacent to Ramp SS, from piers SS3 through SS8. In order to avoid placing any additional loading on the NYCT transit structure, which is an RFP requirement, our team is proposing 2 separate approaches, based on the depth of rock at different locations along the length of the ramp. For our first approach, from Pier SS3 through SS6, where the depth to rock is substantial, our team proposes to use robust drilled shafts to transfer vertical loads past the influence line directly into bedrock. To isolate lateral loads from the transit structure, the top portion of the drilled shaft will be drilled inside an isolation casing, which will provide an air gap between the structural foundation element and the surrounding soil. In our second approach at the north end of the ramp, where bedrock is more shallow, excavating to bedrock will allow the use of a traditional spread footing on bedrock, in turn removing the need for additional mitigating measures. In Stage 4, we will continue the demolition of the ramp from southbound Sheridan Boulevard Ramp P and westbound Bruckner Boulevard to finalize construction. With final barriers, lane markings, and landscaping in place, the much-anticipated Sheridan-Bruckner modernization program will be complete. The team is confident that we will meet the New York State Department of Transportation's goals for the Hunts Point Peninsula. Innovating to develop a unique construction staging method generates cost savings while minimizing impact, improving safety, and providing additional value for local businesses and residents. The El Sol Defoe team is working to deliver improved paths of travel through the Hunts Point area that will positively benefit local roadway users for many years to come.